G'day Pickleball family. First thing to know, as shared on pickleballunion.com, International Pickleball Federation holds officiating and coaching course in Vietnam. The International Pickleball Federation, IPF, facilitated an introductory course on officiating and coaching pickleball in Can Tho on December 13 and 14, 2023. The course was organised by the Can Tho Pickleball Club and the Vietnam Pickleball Association, VPA. Can Tho is a city in southern Vietnam's Mekong Delta region, set on the southern bank of the Hao River. It is 80 miles southwest of Ho Chi Minh City, also known as Saigon. Continuing the Vietnamese pickleball theme, Karen Long, Secretary of the IPF, reports that the IPF and the VPA were responsible for sponsoring the course, which was directed by Ms. Tanya Tran, Second Vice President of IPF. Ms. Tran oversees the development, training and certification of referees, line judges, tournament directors, coaches and equipment certification in Vietnam, as well as the application of global pickleball rules. Although the organising committee didn't have long to prepare the course, it attracted over 40 participants, including lecturers and staff from Can Tho and Nam Can Tho University, pickleball members of the Can Tho Pickleball Club and the Nam Can Tho University Pickleball Club. The main aim of the training was to train human resources staff to be referees capable of officiating at pickleball tournaments sanctioned by the IPF. The training also looked to help recreational players and athletes understand the rules correctly. This part of the training is an important stepping stone in the future introduction of the sport into all levels of Vietnamese schools and for it to be recognised as an official sport nationwide. Although it has not been officially verified, it is reported that pickleball entered Vietnam in 2018. According to Saigon Guy Fong, it has definitely caught on though. In Ho Chi Minh City alone, hundreds of enthusiasts flock to train at venues such as the Labour Cultural Palace, Phu Tho Sports Centre, Tran Now Pickleball Court and Tu Duc Club. There are approximately 20 tournaments annually that bring together players from all three main regions, North Vietnam, Central Vietnam, and Southern Vietnam. Pickleball and Friends Vietnam was founded in June 2023, and it currently stands as the first and only professional club in Vietnam that the Asian Pickleball Association officially recognises. The Kai Hoa 2 Sports Complex in District 10, Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City, is where former celebrated athletes from sports like tennis and table tennis take part in intensive training sessions 3 times a week, gearing up for domestic and international tournaments. Most of these are prominent Vietnamese athletes, most notably Trung Quang Vu, the former head coach of the Vietnamese national tennis team. They have adapted their familiar moves like smashes, spins, drop shots, and volleys and taken them to the pickleball court. Vu Tan Dong, president of Pickleball and Friends Vietnam, takes great pride in what the club has achieved in less than a month. The progress was clear as they secured 1 gold medal in a tournament in Indonesia at the end of September. They won 2 silvers and 1 bronze medal at the Asian Pickleball Games held in Taipei, Taiwan in early October. Even though our experience with pickleball is relatively short, the skills and accomplishments of Vietnamese players aren't far behind those of powerhouses like India, Taiwan, and the Philippines, especially within the age group of 35 to 60. The club's initial success is a testament to the unity among its members. We're all working together to elevate pickleball in Vietnam, Duong shared. Always striving to improve pickleball's reach and public image within the country, Pickleball and Friends Vietnam is busy mapping out its activities for 2024. Regarded as a pioneering club in Vietnam, it's already making a mark in the international arena, attracting the interest of potential sponsors. The leadership team expressed their mission statement further by saying pickleball is relatively new in Vietnam and is currently considered more as a game than a recognised sport. In the near future, the club will continue to self-fund its tournament participation and work towards creating a community around the sport to sustain activities. We hope to garner attention from leaders at all levels, including the Vietnam Sports Administration. Our first goal is to establish the Vietnam Pickleball Federation and subsequently integrate this sport into sports festivals, then establish an official national tournament, expressed the leadership of Pickleball and Friends Vietnam. After witnessing the Impressive performance of the Vietnamese pickleball players at the 2023 Asian Championship. Hogan Lai, president of the Asian Pickleball Association, said, "I didn't anticipate that in just a few months of training, they would demonstrate such remarkable skills and exceptional competitive spirit. I'm hopeful that Vietnam's pickleball community will soon establish an association to contribute to the sport's development in Asia." Second thing to know, as shared on pickleball.com, NOLA, Luna Pickleball, helping expand pickleball in Asia. There's no denying the remarkable growth that pickleball has experienced in the US in recent years. In fact, it officially surpassed tennis in terms of the total number of players in 2023, according to an Apple study released in October. While the sport has also gained traction overseas, it hasn't hit that same level of popularity yet. Luna Pickleball founder and owner Matt Nola is one of the folks trying to change that narrative. Nola first discovered pickleball in 2019 in Wichita, Kansas, quickly falling in love as he made the transition from tennis. The social aspect of pickleball, combined with the opportunity for competition and a deep love for the game, drove me to want to become a better player, he said. As he put more time into the sport, though, Nola's primary goal remained the same: to bring his profound appreciation for pickleball to Asia. In July 2022, he took the first step in Laos, depending on where you're from, tomato or tomato. He wrote a letter to the country's ambassador to the United States, sharing his vision of introducing pickleball to the country. The following month, he met with Laos Minister of Sports and Education to further discuss this vision and ways the sport could be used to enrich Laotian communities. Nola just wasn't interested in bringing pickleball to one country. However, he wanted to contribute to the sport's development in places where it already had a presence as well. He attended and competed in the Asia Open in Phuket, Thailand in March, and noticed that some of the players were competing with worn-down equipment. Seeing that only gave Matt a better idea of the role Luna could play in growing the game. We wanted to fill gaps so that athletes can have the same resources and opportunities to get to tournaments and to have the proper equipment, Nola explained. With the Luna brand continuing to develop and the wheels still turning, Nola continued making moves to bring pickleball to Laos during the spring and early summer. He and some members of the Luna team travelled to the capital, Vientiane, to host the country's first official open play pickleball event in May, taping lines to make 2 courts. That same month, Nola attended the Southeast Asian Games, where he represented Laos in the opening ceremonies and spoke to the Laotian Olympic Committee about pickleball being included in future instalments of the SEA Games. Luna came out with his first paddles later that summer, and a number of the brand's athletes competed at the World Pickleball Championship in Bali, Indonesia, a few months later. We had a full-blown team of athletes, Nola raved. We had our paddles out and everything. So we were able to launch our brand. It became a huge hit. Even as pickleball continues to grow in Southeast Asia, players there still face the challenge of having few designated courts to use. But Nola thinks it's only a matter of time before the sport takes off in that part of the world. Once the governments start to support and invest in pickleball, I think it's going to be a game changer for the East, he shared. On the business side, Luna Pickleball has even made headway in the US by sponsoring PPA players Ling Wei Kong and Maddie Schultz. The story of pickleball in Southeast Asia is far from over, but all signs have it going to the moon. And if you've made it this far into the update, please be sure to dink that like button and rate and subscribe on the platform you're watching or listening to it on so that it can be found by and shared with other fellow pickleballers. Third thing to know, as also shared on pickleball.com, play and learn where the pros play. The PPA has always been about playing where the pros play, but starting in 2024, you can not only play where the pros play, but get a lesson from a pro too. The PPA Tour is launching camps at each of its tour stops throughout the 2024 season, and anyone at any skill level can register, learn, and drop and drive with the help of the PPA Tour Pro. Pros and amateurs have always been on different sides of the aisle for a while now, and these camps are a way to have the journey of the pro and the journey of the amateur intersect so that they can all come together even just for a little while, said Johnny Pickleball, the Director of Programming and Camps for the PPA Tour. The goal of the camp is to be able to make a positive impact on each person who attends and create memories and an overall positive experience. There will be different tour pros teaching at different stops throughout the season, so players can get a good variety of different styles and personalities too. Want to sign up? Go to pickleballbrackets.com or the ppatour.com site. Log in and get signed up. Each camp is $499 US per person and includes 2 days worth of instruction, 4 hours per day. There is a camp for 2.5 to 3.0 players and another for 3.5 to 4.0 players. I see these camps as a way to bring those two things together and in turn create a positive experience for the amateur and recreational player at a professional tournament, Johnny Pickleball said. Each camp will have a progressive flow of learning so that the pros are able to cover a number of topics from dinking, drops, drive, mid-court game strategy, and more. The first chance to sign up will be for the PPA's first event of the season, January 8 through 9 in Palm Springs, California. The goal is to also create excitement leading into these tournaments and to bridge that gap between pro and amateur and let the campers really get to know their professional instructors, Johnny Pickleball said. Paddles up.